यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ओम ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्नपादिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। May the Almighty, Sarvajnaha, Sarvavit, Sarvashaktiman Shri Venkateshwara bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth, and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and your entire family members and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita today. We are going to see 22nd words of 9th chapter. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ananyaschintayanto Mam Ye Janah Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. It's very important words, that which comes right in the middle of Bhagavad Gita. In the last two shlokas, we saw the Sakama Bhaktas, how they are having the lifestyle. Wherever they go, they come back to the same place. In our life also, we fix so many goals and we think that goals will take us to the different level. This is like going to Kodaikanal or Simla. When you plan for the vacation, you would think that after going to the places and after the enjoyment, while coming back, so I will be the different person. A kind of freshness I would set. But we get some kind of freshness, but after 2 days, we will become the same place. We will find ourselves, we are in the same place. Like we do so many things. We are going for vacation. At the same time, we will also try to get a new job and new relationship, new people. So you get so many things to get different level in your life. Finally, after getting all those things done, you feel yourself in the same place. We are left in the same place. That's what I said, So in the young age, you are given so many tasks. You do all the tasks. You study so many things. After every study is completed, now job is not there. Before studying, there was no hope for job. After studying, there is no hope for job because you study something else, but you do something else. So why do you study? So it has become like a habitual mistake which all we commit. It should not be there. When you study, you should be very sure that this job will get. So no, Swamiji, there are so many competitions. So it would be like that. The world is like that. That's good. But you have to realize your reality, because where we begin, we reach in the same place. Then looking for the job, after going a new job, you would think that I would get more money. So all problem will be sorted out in our family, but it remains. Our new problem comes. And after getting married, you thought problem would solve. Still your loneliness continues. After getting children, still it continues. After children are married, still it continues. You find yourself always, after getting done so many things, you find yourself lonely. You find yourself in the same place. The age have gone and so many experiences are come across, but we find in the same place where we began. So we are endowed with the same inner problems. That's what happens with the Sakama Bhaktas. The only thing, because of Ishvara's blessings, they are not going to be born as Adho Yoni people in the next birth. But they are keep on continuing. Same thing happens after death also. They go to Pitraloka, Swargaloka. Then they will have enjoyable life. Then they will come back. All because of what? Not understanding the reality of the result of karmas, because karmas are myth. It will drive you in so many ways. Therefore, Bhagavan brings ananyaha chintayantaha. When you are lacking of God realization or knowledge, first of all, before asking anything from the God, you should think about what kind of God He is. What and all the explanations are given in the scriptures, we have to study or become thorough in it. Once you become thorough about the Ishvara, then for you it becomes easier to communicate with Him. When our parents took us to the temple in order to get some desire, means some prayer done, so they might have prayed, So if I have a baby boy, I would come and I would shave, I would sacrifice his hair. Whose hair? Maybe father might have the prayer that I would shave, and I would shave even my child too. So for that they are going. Okay, then this is how we are introduced. So we have to give back the due. This is how we are introduced Ishvara and people connection. We also think the same way, but if you are little bit aware enough, there is Shastra which defines Ishvara, then I should understand. Then when you understand God in different manner, and you will become more enlightened, you will be the person who is endowed with more clarity. Then every karma which comes out of you, it will change its nature. It will become magic. It is known as Loka Sangraha. Now, in the past two verses, 20 and 21, it talks about Manda Bhaktaha. Manda Bhaktaha means the first categories of bhaktas, what kind of bhakti they have, and through the bhakti what and all is achieved. After all the achievements, they are left again in the same position where they began. Total travel becomes vain. But here, the verse number 22, the bhakta who is discussed about, the bhakti what is discussed about, the prayojana what is brought about, is something unique than this bhakta and bhakti. This bhakti is known as Nishkama Bhakti, and this bhakta is known as Upasakaha. This Upasakaha is called Virat Upasakaha, Vishwarupa Upasakaha, and the bhakti is known as Aneka Rupa Bhakti. He can understand God has become the world. He could accept, though God is not visible, so nothing wrong. If I take whatever is experienced, they are nothing but God. Now he has grown up to that level. Now he fixes the destination. What is the destination? I would reach God alone. So why? You have God in the form of world? No. The world, whatever it has got the tendency to make me to a sufferer, so that I have to become one with God. I have to reach the God. So that is the goal for this person, and he wants to become one with the God. Now it has become the motto of that person. This person in Vedantic language called Jignasu or Mumukshu. Unknowingly he desires for moksha. He fixes the goal. God is nothing but my destination. But God and moksha are one and the same. In normal language, we call him, he is making effort to reach the God. Reaching the God is nothing but identifying the God as himself. That's what Ananya Bhakti. So when he wants to reach the God, he wants to become one with the God, that not having difference with the God, Ananya Bhakti. That bhakti is worshipped by acharyas and prized by acharyas. And Acharya also says in one place, Swaswarupana sandhanam bhaktiritya bhidhiyate. So there are so many samagri means so many methods for moksha. So this is what people think, but bhakti reva gariyasi. That bhakti means what? Swaswarupana sandhanam. Acharya very clearly says in one place called Viveka Chudamani. So, bhakti reva gariyasi. That bhakti to Advaita bhakti. Now this person who is having Vishwarupa Darshanam means the perception, the world is nothing but God, but he fixed the destination for what? Advaita bhakti. Okay, in normal language, he reaches the God. God becomes his goal. So when God has become his goal, you may think that if he has the family, if he has the responsibility, should he leave all those things? No need, my dear, because mind has got a tendency. When you fix the goal, it will get obsessed with the goal. Okay, it doesn't mean that to leave all other things. For example, if you want to go to Delhi to attend a function, in that function you are going to be the main person. Okay, now you book the tickets. When you are fixed, means when you fix to go to Delhi to attend the function, now mind becomes obsessed with that function. Now you would have started thinking what kind of dress I would wear there, and what kind of speech I would give there, and who and all I am going to meet, and what are the gift I should take with me, and is there anybody that who I am going to get acquainted with to the function. All these things will be coming in your mind. It is known as obsessed with that function. At the same time, you will book for the ticket, and you will also plan for the dates, selecting dates, booking the tickets, reaching to the airport, and getting breakfast and lunch, whatever is required. At the same time, you get a holiday from your house, your office, and free from your all other things, and saying bye bye to your young girl. So all these things you will be doing properly, but at the same time you will be planning for that destination too. Mind has got the capacity. It's not leaving, it's taking care of all the responsibility, but mind is obsessed there. Mind will be thinking God, God, God. That both simultaneously it is possible. That's what he says. Ananyaha chintayantaha. Says the people who think always me, who wants to reach always me, who wants to become one with me, those people, ye janaha pariyupasate, those people, their upasana, when the upasana is continued with tesham, to those people, nitya abhiyuktanam, those people who is endowed with knowledge. And not only that, so every form who could accept as the Ishvara, who is endowed with knowledge means who is endowed with the Virat Rupa Bhakti, and who is making effort to reach Supreme Bhakti, to those people, Aham, me, Yogakshemam, Bahami, I give yoga and kshema to those people. Now we have to understand what is yoga and kshema. This yoga means accumulating the things, what and all the required object is there for our survival, better survival, not the survival like so survival. So he is obsessed with God, therefore he will be a poor fellow because only he is sorting out the God, therefore he is not having the worldly things around him. No. Bhagavan takes responsibility. I will bring whatever the requirement are there time to time, day by day. So whenever he requires something, I provide, and Bhagavan has Lakshmi as the partner, life partner. You think if he just, Ishara karega, he just gesture Lakshmi will flourish whatever that you want in the form of money, in the form of power, in the form of wealth, in the form of health, in the form of relationship, what else you want in the form of success, everything will come. Like you book the ticket, you go to airport, you take care of your breakfast, lunch, dinner, or you took a holiday from the office, you segregate all the job in the office to for that period which you are going to Delhi to attending the function. Everything is taken care about. Like that, whatever the object, desired object, required object will be brought by Ishvara alone. Ma Shuchaha. That's what the glory about Ishvara. These words is very important. You should by heart it. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Yogakshemam, Yogakshemam, Yogakshemam. Again and again put in your mind to remember. Vahamyaham, aham vahami. I bring man, I give man, I establish. Vahami means to bring, to give, to establish to that particular person because he is obsessed with me. And kshema means what? Not only I bring the object and I pour and go. I'll be there to protect. Kshema means to protect, to administrate whatever the things are given to that person. Yoga means the things which are required, which are desired, all the things he will impart, he will make. Why? Because the yoga word has got one meaning, to connect. So already the things are there in the world because I have created already. Bhagavan says, I have created already. Just I have to make connection with this person. So once he get connected, that's all. It becomes owned by that person. He becomes a possessor of those objects. Then I would give the capacity. If it is needed, I would go directly. I will become manager or personal assistant to him. I will take care of his bhakti, his life, his wishes, his family, his work, his status in the society. Everything I would take care. If it is required, I will go myself in the form of driver, because that's what he did with Arjuna, in the form of friend, that's what he did with Kushela, and in the form of enemy, that's what he did with Shakuni, and in the form of a guardian, that's what he helped with Pandava, in the form of a brother, that's what he did with Draupadi, in the form of wife, that's what he did with Rukmani Bama, and in the form of lover, that's what he did with Radha. So all the things I will come myself. Yoga kshemam aham bahami. Ma shuchaha. These are all the words which we have to just register in our mind every day. You have to write in a place. After getting up, immediately you could see that sentence, aham yoga kshemam bahami. Or you can keep these words in your office, in your place, in your living room, wherever it is possible, you can just keep these words. And the last verse means the 66th verse of Bhagavad Gita. After completion of every teaching, he says, so sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. That ma shuchaha, nowhere God talks like this. I mean, no other places, no other, the school of thoughts, only here. A Virat Bhakta is protected by Virat Devata. That ma shuchaha, yoga kshemam aham vahami. You don't worry, we need not to worry how big politicians, politics are there, and what and all chaos around you, you need not worry about it. Just you fix the goal, keep going further, further, further. These words are so important, I tell you. Once in a day, you have to chant at least 5 times throughout the day. Okay, let me read once again. Ananyascintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. And in one more place, I think in the next chapter, he will say, Yat karoshi yadashnashi, yat juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. The process also, he will teach us. Whatever you do, whatever you drink, whatever the destination you fixed with, wherever you go, you just offer everything to me. That one Swami, he changed the verb, the same shloka, like Yat karomi yadashnami, yat juhomi dadami yat tapasyami bhagavan, tat karomi tvadarpanam. That's what he changed. Whatever I do, whatever I eat, whatever I think, whatever I want, and whatever I do in the form of tapas, everything I offer you. That's surrendering. Bhagavan will explain these words in 2 chapters, 10th and 11th. So he just explains this Ananya Bhakti means what? Ananya Bhakti means the person who has accepted the world is nothing but God. There Anyatvam goes away. When you accept the word, everything, so the things are seeming different by their nature. But once you could accept, you could understand the God alone exists in various forms, then that all various forms becomes differentless forms, because they come one with Ishvara. This is like in Shastra itself, there is an example given. You may find so many varieties of jewels. They are different in color, they are different in form, and they are different in usage. Bangles which are put in the hands, rings which are put in the ears, and earrings and finger rings, and so many pendants, dollars, all of them are nothing but gold. If you see from the standpoint of the gold, everything becomes one. If you see those all jewels from the standpoint of bangle, dollar, chain, or earring, nose ring, so all of them gets a difference. Now Virat Rupa Bhakti means what? Not from the angle of bangles, not from the angle of the form oriented najar perception. It's from the gold, from the angle of gold perception. When you take all of them are nothing but gold, it becomes one. Now he has got a different perception. Therefore for him everything is God, but he wants to reach the source of the God. That's what is known as Ananya Bhakti. He will himself explain a lot in forthcoming verses. We'll go to next words. Yepyanya devata bhaktaha yajante shraddhayanvitaha tepi mameva kaunteya yajantya vidhi purvakam. Now Bhagavan explains what is Anya Bhakti. In these words, he explained Ananya Bhakti. Anya Bhakti means the Bhakti with the difference. The people who think Rama is different than Krishna, Krishna is different than Parthasarathi, Parthasarathi is different than Venkateshwara, Venkateshwara different than Mahavishnu, Mahavishnu is different than Vamana. Vamana is different than Balarama. So this kind of difference. But they are very Shraddha oriented people. And what kind of result would they get? They will also be provided, flourished what they need. But there is a different. There are people who also perform puja without any rules and regulations. They don't want to get into any rules and regulations. They want to just perform the puja according to their wish. Because Vedic rituals, Shrauta karmas or Pauranika karmas means Smartha karmas, they have their own norms. You have to perform according to those norms. If it is daytime in the morning, you have to perform in the morning. The direction towards the east means you have to sit towards the east. The material, whatever to be provided, it has to be provided. And that deity has got its own Abhisheka methods. You have to get it done, everything. But here, there are the group. They won't worry about those things, rules and regulations. They do whatever they want. Like Kannappan Ayanar. So he gave one eyes to him. So we need not to go to that level. But one thing. So like Nandanar, so many other devotees are there who were not able to follow, but they have the belief. And what kind of understanding we should have with those kind of bhakti? It will be explained in these words and forthcoming words. We will see those things in the next forthcoming episode tomorrow. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.